Hi, YA. So today we are in Galatians chapters 1 through 3, and I love this book of the Bible. Paul just really comes right out of the gate swinging in this one. And if you read the book of Galatians, you see where his heart is, and his heart is that people really get that the law cannot save you. And I think what is so cool is who Paul is as a person and his history, because if you'll remember, Paul was Saul and he had persecuted Christians. He was a very adamant Jewish man who did not believe the gospel. At first, he was fighting against it. He was fighting against the spread of Christianity. And then God completely changed his life. God showed up, said, "What are you doing? Why are you persecuting me? This is the truth." And Paul completely changed and became the main missionary to the Gentile people. Whereas as Peter predominantly was preaching to the Jews, Paul is preaching to the Gentiles. And God is using this background to put this fire in Paul's heart, saying, like, I know the law. I did the law. And in a later part of scripture, he says, hey, if anybody followed the law to a T, it was me. He's saying God used his status from before, when he was in sin, when he was persecuting the truth, he used that to then turn it on its head, put this fire in Paul to say, I know the law can't save you. The law cannot save you. Only faith in Jesus Christ can save you. And that's what this whole book of Galatians is about, because he's writing to the church in Galatia who has false teachers that are coming in and saying, yeah, believe in Jesus Christ and be circumcised. Believe in Jesus Christ and follow the law. Believe in Jesus Christ and this. And Paul is saying, absolutely not. He says in the beginning, I'm paraphrasing, but he says, if anybody teaches you a gospel other than the one that you've heard, which is faith through Jesus Christ alone is salvation, ignore it. It's not real. And he's like, I know. If I could have gained salvation through the law, I would have done it, but I couldn't. It's only through Jesus Christ. And you just see his passion. If you really read it through the lens of Paul, who was a persecutor of the Christians, who tried to live by the law and realized how fruitless it was, you can see his passion to make sure other people know how fruitless it is, that you can't get there that way. And what's so cool too is I just want to pull out one verse, why he's able to do this when there are other people. Even he says in these passages, Peter almost got on board with this and with the circumcision part and was almost trying to add to the gospel, and Paul confronted him about it. And how is he able to do that? How is he able to come up against somebody like Peter, who's the rock that the church was built on? And it's this verse, it's Galatians 1:10. And Paul says, am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? Or am I trying to please people? If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ. Paul does not care what other people think. He just doesn't. And you'll see that throughout all of his letters in scripture. He cares about people getting it. He cares about people getting the truth. And the truth is that salvation is through Jesus Christ alone. End of sentence, period. Stop adding to it. And so that's just what I wanted to point out when I was reading today. I was like, oh, Paul is just so on fire to get people to get it. He just wants them to get it. And it's because God used his past to show him how wrong it was. And that put the fire in him for what he then goes and does. So it can be encouraging to us that things that we've maybe gone through in our past, God can redeem that, and God can use it, and God can put a fire in us because of it to go change people's lives forever. So I hope that's encouraging to you guys today, and we'll see you later. Bye.